morning, everyone. Happy Moonday Monday. It is a day to get messages from the moon. So I have decided to do something a little different today. Instead of using 3 different decks, I'm going to use the same deck and cut it into 3 different piles. So you just have to decide if you want pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. So let me show you this deck. It's one I haven't used yet with all of you, and it's called the Whimsical deck. And I've had it for probably 20 years. It's very fun, cartoony, the illustrations, and it's actually based on children's fairy tales and stories. So one thing about the energies of what's going on in the exterior world and probably our interior world for those that are sensitive as well is there's a lot of chaos, a lot of pain and suffering that we're all aware of that seems to not be going away anytime soon. A lot of fear, anxiety is up for a lot of people, depression. So it's time to get whimsical and to realize that even when life is hard, that we can lighten up and we don't have to take everything as seriously as we do sometimes. We've moved into the season of Libra. It started last week with the full moon. Middle of the week was when we came into Libra. And in the tarot card that represents Libra is justice. So if you can picture the scales of justice. So the theme is really in this season, balance and bringing things into harmony. So the other focus of Libra is it's a lot about relationship energy, particularly partnership energy. It could be a romantic / long-term marriage relationship. It could be a friendship that's really very significant in your life, or it could even be a business partnership. So time to bring especially more balance and harmony into your relationships. So let's kind of have that in the back of our mind as a theme. How do I bring more balance and harmony into my relationships during this season of Libra, which we'll have now for 3.5 more weeks? And we're using the Whimsical deck. So do you want deck number or pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3? That's the only thing you have to know. So the first pile is 7 of Swords. And this is the image of someone stealing the pie off the window. Not all these are directly related to rhymes or fairy tales. They're just images and, things that we've heard through the years, particularly as children, all these ways we were taught moral lessons of life. So here's somebody who's sneaking up to get that pie off the windowsill. It's possible that they are stealing that for someone that's hungry, maybe not themselves, kind of a Robin Hood character. 7 of Swords is mental. It's about your intellect. It's how you see the world. It's all the stories you tell yourself. And it can be about deception and trickery. Here's somebody who's sneaking. So maybe there's something going on in your life that you can't confront directly. You kind of have to go around the situation through the back door, as we say. Maybe in a relationship, you know that you can't be brutally honest, but there's something that isn't working. And you have to be strategic. How can I come up with a way to better this relationship without, really deceiving myself? Sometimes we lie to ourselves about relationships. We say that they're doing better than they really are. And sometimes the stories we tell ourselves make it a lot worse than they really are. Like I said, we take things too seriously and only look at the dark side. So this has a lot to ponder, and I'm curious to see who chose pile number 1 and how this might apply in your life. So something to consider. The next pile number 2, 6 of Pentacles. So this is a lot about reciprocity in relationships, making sure that what you give is what you get. We all have been in those relationships where we really give more than we receive. And this is about being charitable, being kind, generous, open-hearted, but not being taken advantage of. So, pretty straightforward message from the Six of Pentacles. And now the third pile. Wow, we keep getting Empress. For those of you who have listened to my readings before, Empress shows up a lot. And for those of you who understand the difference between the major arcana and the minor arcana, I've talked about it before, but briefly, the major arcana are the bigger energies. The minor arcana are more just the everyday life energies. So far, we've had 2 minor arcana cards. They're from the 4 suits of Pentacles, Swords, Cups, and Wands. Just like a regular deck of cards has 4 suits, and they go from 1 to 9. And in the major arcana, we have 21 cards. It's actually 22 because we start with 0, the Fool, and they go up to 21, which ends at the World. And it's talking about the journey that we all make through life as humans, the human experience. We all start as the Fools, and hopefully by the end, we're on the top of the world. So it's a cycle, and we go through that cycle many times in many different areas of our lives. So having said all that, we've talked a lot about the Empress. In this case, she's the old woman who lives in the shoe with so many children. She didn't know what to do. So I don't know that you would see this as positive, but generally speaking, the Empress is abundance. It's fertility. It's the ability to create and manifest, to bring joy, to be in nature, to ground, to enjoy the little simple pleasures of life. So that is our reading for Moonday Monday, and these messages from the moon hopefully will help support you as we move forward through the week. So thank you for being here, and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.